There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And this is Alter Ego, published by Activision. Our name is Lonnie. Alter Ego, personality development profile. Use the arrow keys to move the pointer next to a response. Press space to select that response. So, this looks like some sort of personality game. Hence the personality being mentioned in all the options there. Let me select my own personality. I believe in free will. Let's do it. PC speaker beep, nearly deafening me there. I will probably try to answer these questions honestly. True. I am likely to speak whatever comes to mind. True. I'm a light sleeper who stirs at even the slightest sound. False. Revenge is sweet. It's a mixed bag, folks. It's a mixed bag. So let's go with true on that. Hey, it's doing a personality profile. I often feel slow, tired, and down in the dumps. Yes. An important part of every job is knowing whom to impress. Yeah, I guess in the working world that's the case. I am fascinated by car accidents and other disaster scenes. Nope, don't care. The people who know me best like me as a person. The people who are still around, yeah, sure, why not? I'm extremely sensitive to criticism. Nah, I get nervous performing in front of people, even when the task is something I know by heart. False, because I'm talking to over 600 of you now. Though, probably only 30 people will watch this because Alter Ego doesn't seem to have many graphics. The people around me seem happier than I do. No, they don't. I often get the urge to touch walls on which wet paint signs are hung. Nope. Alright, when I am ill, I become short-tempered and snap at people. Yes. On important matters, I usually follow my parents' advice. False. It is possible that we live in a world where people can watch our every move. Oh, game. This is from the mid-80s, so what a question. When I am in a quiet place, I get the urge to scream. That depends whether I'm recording or not. Yeah. It's okay to tell a white lie if it's guaranteed to bring great personal gain. Oof. It's not okay to do it, but it does happen, So I'm going to go false with that. It is often pointless to try to discuss problems with other people. It often is. I am easily embarrassed. Well, judging from this channel, false. Children should be seen and not heard. True. Don't like children. I find it difficult to break the ice in conversations with people I barely know. Yeah, don't like people. My parents were strict disciplinarians. 50-50? You can usually judge a person by first impressions. Yeah, unfortunately these days you can. All the nuance is gone from people. It's sad. One way of getting people to treat you fairly is to take an aggressive stance and make them win you over. Yeah, I mean, this happened to me recently in a hospital. I was waiting for 3.5 hours to be seen by a nurse, and found out they had forgotten about me, and I was just sat there in pain. So I marched up and I said, "Hey, you've forgotten about me here," and they were very apologetic. So I got angry and things worked. I think that questions like this are stupid and meaningless. False. Let's begin Alter Ego. Oh God, more stuff. Please select the stage of life at which you would like to begin the game. Let's go for adulthood. Welcome to adulthood. Life is short, the art long, opportunity fleeting, experience treacherous, judgment difficult. Yeah, Hippocrates, you were right. No wonder you were featured in Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Okay. We appear to have a series of cards, and there does appear to be a selection. But only those 5, the bits on the side don't appear to do anything. So let's hit the heart. This icon represents an experience that one would have in a steady interpersonal relationship. This kind of relationship doesn't exist for you at this time. Ouch! Don't tell Karina. Which is neither good nor bad. Please realize, however, that this condition does lock you out of a part of human experience at this age and station in life. Ooh, what about this? While searching through the mail, you come across a hand-addressed letter with an unfamiliar return address. You open it and read the handwritten letter inside it. The letter requests that you handwrite 10 copies of it and mail them to 10 different people. It contains testimonials from the people who have faithfully performed the task to become the beneficiaries of much good fortune. It reads, a woman? Oh, dear me. A woman in Peoria, after receiving this letter and carrying out the instructions, won 2 free dinners. Sounds good to me. With every vacation purchased to the Maplewood Dude Ranch and Health Camp, and a free copy of Jacques Cousteau Illustrated Guide to Marine Life of the Dead Sea that she feels was good luck passed on to her by the... Okay. Conversely, there are tales of misfortune for those who did not follow the instructions. A woman in Peoria, after dismissing the letter as nothing but a silly hoax, found her longtime friend and pet, wire-haired terrier of 15 years, Bubba, dead of a mysterious and rare canine aging disease. 15 years. A mysterious aging disease, yes. The woman felt that Bubba's misfortune was the deadly result of her inability to realize the importance of the letter at the time. So, select a mood. So we get to choose how to respond to this. We can be superstitious and say, oh gosh, I better respond to this, otherwise things will go terribly bad. Or we can be non-compliant and not perform the task. You must be the type who believes in living dangerously. A few weeks later, one of your goldfish dies of constipation. Just a coincidence, you say. Don't forget what happened to poor Bubba. Okay. So, you follow along a path by the looks of things, or paths open up as a result of your choices. And the bits on the side, they look like life milestones in adulthood, or things that you've achieved throughout the game. And I know this game was on the 100 Worthwhile DOS Games list. I can see the appeal. You're essentially living a life through question and answer, multiple choice. Let's try the brain thing. You're fiddling around in the kitchen on a Saturday afternoon trying to prepare a snack. Hey, it does sound like me. Select a mood. Bored. Continue fiddling. After a while, you lose your appetite and look for something else to do. So, you can just, completely fail. Because I selected bored while doing the task, it was yep, he's not going to be able to do food. I'm sorry, in order to play through this icon, you need a steady job. You may go to the work icon and apply for one, then return. How do I get to the work icon, though? I'm not sure. There's probably a bit on the side or something. I really should have looked up the controls of this one. That's on me. Right. Huh. Oh, more stuff. Let's have a look at this heart. You're in the midst of a very difficult decision, one that has you feeling anxious and confused. The thought crosses your mind that your father might be able to give you some assistance in coming to a decision. Cynical, work it out on your own. That's no wonder, considering your past history of strained relationships with your family. It must be difficult to go through a serious problem and not have the kind of family support that can help carry you through such difficult times. Okay, so we are becoming a bit of a lone wolf here. While rubbing elbows with some trendy upwardly mobile types, you are past a small mirror? Oh, right, you're given one. Right. On the surface of which is a line of fine white powder. Not interested. Pass it on. You may be wondering what you're doing at this kind of party in the first place. Yeah, fads like this often have a way of touching a person's life in one way or another. They touch some people harder than others. Snorting up some of the white stuff seems to become a preoccupation with many people your age. There was a lot of coke use in the 80s. From what I've heard, I was a bit young to participate at that point. Some people even devote their lives to it. So we dodged a bullet there, essentially. The game was like, hey, want to have some coke? And we were like, no, not really. On a warm Saturday afternoon, a young neighborhood kid challenges you to strenuous physical competition. Yes, competitive, accept. You must be losing it. You remember a time when you outran, outjumped, outhurdled, outboxed, and outbragged little guys like him. Now he's got it over you. When the game is over, he puts his arm around your shoulder and smiles. What you've given up in victory, you may have gained emotionally. You're a good sport. Ha! Little brat. Let's see, there's another family one. You're running a bit late, but need to stop by the store to pick up a few things. You absolutely can't afford to waste any time. You notice that you have a few too many items to use the express. At the supermarket, there's a teenage boy working at the cash register. He probably won't notice if you try and sneak through with a few items over the limit. Cam, use the regular. Just sail through. You have made an inappropriate response. Please choose again. There's a woman in front of you who keeps running back and forth from the checkout line to the aisles, retrieving items she forgot. You get the distinct impression that this behaviour is her modus operandi. The items begin to form a mountain so large and heavy that it threatens to either halt the mechanical belt in its tracks or require a large industrial vehicle to help cart it home. With every trip she takes away from the counter, you lose approximately 5 minutes of time. Remain calm? Sure. Your calmness and patience are amazing. You leave the store an hour off schedule. So, anyway, this is Alter Ego. You get the idea, you get the gist. I could probably play it for 20 minutes if I wanted. It's a fun sort of choose-your-own-adventure text game with simple, sort of GUI to navigate through. And it's quite fun. It's quite entertaining. I could see why it was stuck on the Worthwhile DOS Games list. There was very little like it in its day. There's a whole life there, to lead and experience. And I just showed the adult portion. I mean, there's everything. You can be an old man, you can be a child, you can be a man or a woman. It's really interesting. Very, very interesting. So, if you like what you see there, feel free to try it out yourself. It's definitely something very different and something you don't see a lot of. You get a lot of sort of text-based, choose-your-own sort of narrative things, but they're not quite the same as this, I have to say. It feels like this was written by a psychologist, and it's very odd and different. So I commend it for that. And if you like me talking about random DOS games, I do it a lot. Feel free to check out the hundreds of other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see there, you can subscribe. But that's a choice that you will have to make. Until next time.